Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. So now in today's video, I'm going to be talking a lot about solo queuing. I get asked a ton, how do I do it? How do I go into rank and win so many matches when I'm solo queuing? Because obviously it's a lot harder than going in with a full party. So in today's video, I'll just be giving you some tips and tricks to kind of make you better and win more. Of course, you're not going to win 100% of your matches because there's always a chance you get really bad teammates that you just can't possibly carry no matter what you do. But putting that aside, these tips should help you a lot. If you guys enjoy this video or this type of content, remember to click that like button. If you would like to see any other types of video from me, comment below because I do read a lot of my comments and I take feedback. Also, maybe if just me talking about solo queuing is not good enough for you and you want to see me do it live in action, you can check out my stream channel. I have a picture of it on the screen right now, or you can just check the comment section where I'll have a pinned link. So if you guys are interested in that, do not forget to check it out. Anyways, we're just going to hop right into the first tip. The first tip that I really want to talk about that I think is overlooked a lot, especially in COD Mobile, is team communication. It's so important in pretty much every single multiplayer game, League of Legends, Call of Duty, Fortnite, just almost every single multiplayer game you can think of. Communication is crucial. For some reason, I feel like communication is really overlooked in COD Mobile, and I kind of get why, because it's such a fast-paced game, you can't really type in the middle of it. But there is a quick message setting in your settings, which I do not believe a lot of people actually know about, and you can customize your quick message for every single game mode that you're in, and this is really crucial because you can set things like push A, push B at the top of your search and destroy list, so you don't need to scroll down mid-match. All you have to do is tap and then tap again, and your message is instantly out and your team knows exactly what you want to do. So in my personal opinion, I feel like you should really just be taking out all the useless ones and scrolling through and trying to find ones that you think would apply to whatever situation you're in. I mean, there's a ton. I didn't even realize there were this many. There's a retreat, there's fire on this location, there's cover me, there's charge, spread out, or flank. There's just so many different ones that could apply to so many different situations, and I honestly think you should take out useless ones like I'm so sorry or whatever that ping is that everyone does after they win a round. So now that you have your quick messages set up, you should be heading into a game and trying to communicate with your teammates. Now when you talk to your teammates in game, you really should not be spamming or being toxic. For example, if your teammate, you're having a bad game, say you're having an off game, and then your teammate calls you trash and says let's push A, you're probably not going to listen to him because he called you trash. So when you are talking to your team, try not to be toxic, just try to be clear, concise, and put little short messages. So an example of a perfect situation in which to use your quick messages is, say for example you're playing search and destroy, your team keeps pushing B, and I see this happen all the time in ranked. Guys keep dying B over and over again. You notice, you're like, what the heck, team, why do you guys keep pushing that? But for some reason people in ranked just do that, and I don't really know why. But that's when you should just be pinging or typing in chat and just saying, hey guys, let's push A for once, we keep dying on B, whatever, and be polite about it so that they actually listen to you, and hopefully your team will go A, and then maybe you'll win the round. Now you're probably thinking, well, what if I get someone on my team who speaks another language, because that happens a lot, or what if I see someone I don't know what the call out is and my team doesn't either, so how do I tell them they're there? Well, don't worry, because that is actually what pinging is for. And pinging is, you see the little square thingamajigger in the top right hand corner of your HUD. As soon as you tap that, you'll be able to aim it at a location and it'll mark it, and it'll say like hostiles spotted here, or you can even ping a bomb and it'll show where the bomb is, so your whole team will then know the bomb is down, and you guys will probably hopefully go around and guard it. And you can also just ping guard this area or attack here, so if you want to push a location, you don't even need to do a quick message saying push A or whatever. All you have to do is ping it, and you can tell them the guard location too. It's just really useful and super versatile. I would love to see more people using it, especially in solo queue. So now that we've talked about communication and how crucial it is, I can go over how to win specifically on each game mode. Now, of course, like I said earlier in the video, it's not a 100% chance to win. If you're not making good decisions and you're losing your gunfights, then you're more than likely gonna lose the match. But for search and destroy, you can play very tactically, and you don't need to be have super great gun skill to win search and destroy, and that's one of the reasons I absolutely love the game mode. So what we're actually going to be talking about first for search and destroy is how to play on defense. And when I say defense, I mean it's the side who's not planting, the side who's trying to defuse or stop them from planting the bomb. So on defense, of course, you should be playing very passive. You shouldn't be pushing, getting really aggressive, and just dying, because their goal is to plant the bomb and they need to push you. But a lot of the time, your teammates do not understand that when you're solo queuing, so they're going to push. If you notice your whole team pushing, then you need to push with them. I'm telling you, you need to, because if you don't, it's going to be a 4v5. So if it's a 4v5, they're most likely going to die, and it's going to end up being you in a 1v2 or 1v3. And of course, those are winnable, but it's just better if you push up with your team and maybe wipe their team. So if your team gets really aggressive and you push with them and you lose the first 1 or 2 rounds, just use your communication and tell them, hey guys, stop pushing, you're getting too aggressive, we're dying and we're losing because of this. And hopefully they'll listen and won't push, but I can't guarantee that. Now, on the other hand, if the offense is actually being a little bit aggressive and they're pushing up and they're breaking through to your bomb sites, which is honestly pretty rare in ranked, I'm not going to lie, most of the teams wait till the last like 10 seconds to plant it. But if that does happen and you notice, hey, bomb site A is getting destroyed every time they push it, then maybe you want to rotate over and help your team at the start of the round and say, hey, teammate, can one of you guys go watch B instead? I'm going to go help A. Another thing that I actually like to do on defense is I like to fill in for my team. And what I mean by this is, for example, say you're playing firing range and A site, no one's on it, and that means no one is watching A long, so they can just run through A long and take A site. But you don't want that happening, and you see no one on your team is playing there, everyone is playing different positions, so you should go and try to fill in there, and you should try to do that for every single position that your team is not watching. So that's pretty much all you can do for defense. Now we're going to move on to offense, and what I mean by offense is when you're planting the bomb. So at the start of the rounds on offense, what I like to do is kind of judge how the defense is playing. If they're overly aggressive and they're really confident, then sometimes it's easy to get a couple easy picks before you even push. And once you get those picks, it's really easy to push a site because it's going to be like a 5v3 or whatever, and they might not even have people on the site. Now, on the other hand, if they're not pushing and they're playing smart, they're playing back, then what you should be trying to do is communicate with your teammate where you want to push and have all of you push the same site at once, which is going to be really hard, especially if you're playing solo queue. On offense, there is one more thing to do. It's kind of dark, and I don't like to do it, but you should only do this as a last circumstance. It's bait your team. So you should only be doing this if you're really confident, you're getting your frags, you're getting a ton of kills, but you just can't push into any sites because whenever you push first, you get shot by 2 guys on the head glitch. So what you want to do, please don't do this, I feel horrible saying this, but what you should be trying to do is bait your teammates, since they're just random and they're probably dying anyhow, and only do this if your team is doing really bad. So bait your team, tell them, hey, go A guys, and then as soon as they push in, you wait for them to start getting shot, then you push in behind them and clean up the kills and get control of the site. Now, it's really scummy, but it is something that you can do. Now moving on to another game mode, I'm going to talk about Team Deathmatch real fast. There isn't really anything to talk about, to be honest. I thought about this long and hard, and what I do when I solo kill on Team Deathmatch is I try to get streaks as soon as possible. And I'm not trying to go for a VTOL or a stealth chopper, I just want to go for small ones that still kill people, because of course Team Deathmatch is all about getting to 40 kills first. So it's really crucial just to have your aim be good, have your game sense be good, and just win more gunfights than your opponent. And what you can do, which is kind of another shady thing to do, is if you notice your teammate dying a lot, just tell him politely, make sure it's polite or else he's not going to do it. Just say, hey, could you hide if you're dying a lot? Just ask him that, and maybe he will, because of course it is whoever gets to 40 kills first. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for Team Deathmatch. It's a really basic game mode, but now we're going to be moving on to Domination, which is one of my absolute favorites. So what I like to do on Domination is actually drop a VTOL and then let my team cap the flags. I'm just kidding, I know everyone cannot do that. But what you should be doing is, if your team is losing and it just feels like, you know what, the other team is just superior in gun skill or whatever, I'm going to use firing range as an example for this. So B is right in the middle of the map, and there's the big tall tower right beside it. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. If you can sit up there and you can just kind of chill there and make sure that they do not take B flag, it's going to give you better odds of winning the game if, say for example, you're just rushing out there by yourself trying to capture the flag and dying, or even just holding A or C, because B is really, really crucial in pretty much every single Domination match. So if you're able to hold that, and you're going to increase your odds of winning a lot than, say, if you're the only one rushing the flag. Another thing that I like to do is run the shield specialist. Now this shield specialist is really useful because whenever it goes up, it flashes all the enemies and can block from, I believe it can honestly block explosive arrows from the Sparrow. And it's just really useful. So what I like to do is, I like to do it honestly during the first round, because then no one else has a specialist, because you do get the shield before you get most other specialists. So what I like to do is, as soon as I have it, I like to go to B, place a trophy down. Trophies are really, really crucial, especially for Domination. Place one down, place the shield down, flash all the enemies, and sit behind it and grab B before it goes into half. That way, going into the half, you actually have more points than your opponent. and that means all you need to do is just stop them from capping 2 flags, and then you're pretty much going to win the game. So that is just a little trick that I like to do to kind of give my team an edge in domination. Alright guys, so that was all the solo queue tips I have for you today. If you want to see more, or if you just want to watch me play, remember to go check out my stream. I'll have a link below. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.